Hello, I'm Paul here. If you guys saw yesterday's video, I'm basically going to be going over my strategy for trading Forex and futures. So if you saw yesterday's video, you saw the strategy that I did for Forex. And today I'm going to be talking about how I use it for futures. Mainly, my main focus right now is XRP. And basically, I trade XRP whenever I find a signal, because if you look at XRP right now at the current point, you could trade with doing futures, you could trade with doing regular USD, or you can do XRP. Now, if you trade with USD, you can basically trade with regular dollar. And you can target different cryptos, and you can basically make your money in USD. But I choose to trade and I use BingX for this for my futures trade. If you guys want to try BingX, I'll put my information below if you want to try it and download it. But I use BingX for my future trades, and what I do is I focus on XRP, and that's the coin of choice. I'm also doing it with Bitcoin, but it's a small amount right now. But I do my futures trades with the crypto to increase my bag in the crypto. So whatever crypto I have, the goal here is to increase the value of that crypto. So that's why I do it. I don't do it for the long-term USD. I use it to increase my bag. So that's what I really use futures with. But today I kind of want to go over the strategy that I use to trade, and it does some pretty good results. Now, if you saw yesterday's video where I talk about Forex, it's pretty much almost the same strategy. Maybe a couple things are different, but I just because the only difference here between Forex and futures is Forex is it moves a lot faster, so you got to be a lot quicker. So with Forex, you basically have to get in and out as fast as possible. You have to find the overall trend and get in and out, in and out, in and out. That's kind of how you make consistent profit if you watch yesterday's video. But when you're doing with crypto, it's not as fast, so you don't have to worry about it. But anyway, I'll just show you guys the strategy that I do to trade with futures. Now, you could do whatever crypto you want with this strategy. You can even, if you're using BingX, you can get a VPN, and you can even do the stock market with it. If you live in the United States, you can get a VPN, and you have to have the VPN activated in order to do you can do options with futures as well. So you can do the S&P 500 with BingX, but you have to have a VPN if you're living in the United States. But anyway, let me just show you the formula that I use to trade with futures. Okay, so the strategy is pretty simple. What I do, and I don't really focus on... Now, you could do everything that I talked about in yesterday's video when it came to Forex, and you basically load up the same indication. I'll show you on this one if you guys didn't see yesterday's video. Basically, my moving average is 5 and 8, and I use it on the 3S MMA, so it's on one screen. And if you're using your phone, it doesn't clutter up the screen. I also have RSI. Now, you can do this many ways. With the 3 and the 5, it works the best. Now, I showed you yesterday, we went to the day to see the overall trend, and then we switched over to the minute to catch those quick scalps. The big difference here is you don't have to go over to the minute, because with XRP, it's not moving as fast as the Forex is doing. So you can breathe a little with this strategy, but you're still using the 3, the 5 and the 8 moving average here. But it's pretty much the simple strategy. You could look at a certain time frame and don't really need to look at the day. It's a good idea to see what overall direction it's going, but you can do it on whichever time frame you want to do. You can do it on some. I like focusing these moving averages work better with longer time frame, and that's just my opinion. So I would focus on the hour here. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the hour on XRP here, and we're going to make our entries basically when it's crossing, and it leads to some pretty good results here. So basically, I'm on the hour. You can do. I would not do this on the one. Different from the FOREX, I would not do this on the 1 minute or the 5 minute. If you're doing FOREX, I would do it on the 1 minute, but if you're doing futures with crypto, I would do it on longer time frames. So I stick to the hour, or if everybody watching this video, you can also do the 15 minute or the 30, whichever one. Those are the lowest that I would put it. But anyway, I do the hour. And basically what you just want to do is you want to wait for the 3 and the 5 to cross. That's right here. So let's just see a couple moments here. And it's good to actually strip away the candles because you guys can see the patterns here. So basically if you look at right here, when it crossed up here, we're on the hour. So what you want to do if you're doing on the hour or whatever time frame you want to focus on, you want to focus on when it's crossing, and when it's crossing, that's when you get in, basically. It'll lead pretty good results, but there's only a couple times where it might not work out well, but we'll get to those scenarios here. So we see it crossing down right here. So this would actually be an entry point to do a short, and basically you can have your RSI here, and you could basically know when it's going to start changing direction. So we can see right here XRP is at 49 cents, and it doesn't cross again until 47.12. So it was 47. Let's just see how much this would be. I'm going to look at percentages because there's no way to figure out how much XRP you would make if you did a 50 times leverage here. But if you wrote this whole thing out and you just did it when the RSI crossed again, that's a 2% increase on a futures trade. So when I said there might be some, let's just look at here, because there's sometimes using this strategy where the lines are so close together where it's kind of hard to read. If it's hard to read on the lines here, if they're too close, what I would basically do is I look at the RSI. If you can't make a judgment based off of the moving averages here, I would look at the RSI, and I would see if the RSI is actually pushing up. The other signal that I get to do my trade is looking for the purple line to go through the yellow line on the RSI. So if it's going up on the RSI, usually that means there's going to be a uptrend. If the purple line is pushing down on the yellow line, that usually means there's a short coming. So we see that example right here. We see that it's pushing up, but if you were to follow the EMAs, you probably would have a harder time guessing a good entry point. So we see it coming through right about here, so this would be a good point, and you just write it out. So this is a 1%, not much. So other than that, all those tight spaces, just be wary of that. There's going to be moments where it's just you're not going to know, because you're using these EMAs are pretty close to each other. So when they kind of get in this jumble intersection here, it's kind of hard to see. But that's when I would use the RSI, and I would base it off the RSI. If it's in the kind of a jumble, you don't know which direction it's going to go, and you won't want to make a quick scalp. Look at the RSI and see if it's from it, and make your judgment calls on that. But other than that, you can pretty get a good clear direction of kind of when to get in. Like here we got an XRP. This one is pretty obvious of what to do. You do a short right here. You do a short and you ride it all out. Now you make your judgment calls based off when to you can use this to get in and get out. So how do you know when to get in and out? You see it crossing right here, and you see it's not crossing or touching, so you can get out right here. So this strategy works pretty well with kind of like cross to cross. It doesn't work well if you do it with FOREX. I think it works better, but right now if you just follow your EMAs here, cross to cross, this moment right here will give a good example. So it crosses right here, and you also want to look at your RSI, and when it's crossing, you want to make sure that the purple line is below the yellow line, and if it's crossing up, you want to make sure the purple line's above the RSI. But this whole section right here is profit. So it's, you're riding it basically from cross to cross. So let's look at a couple other examples. Let's turn off the candles. So we see, when's the cross happen? Cross happens right here. And a lot of the times I don't even look at the candles. I just look at where it's crossing, because I make a lot of it, because you'll get in this mindset of, you know, the candles and where they're at. But if you just look at the lines, I think you get better results, because it tells you exactly pretty much when to get in and when to get out. So right here, we crosses right here, and it doesn't cross back again till here. So let's look at those numbers here. It crossed at 50 cents right here, and then it crossed again at 52 cents. So this was a good gain. So if we measure this, so we get from where to start, right about here to right about here. This is a 9% increase. Now if you're doing futures and you do like a 50x, this would be a lot of XRP. This would be a lot of XRP just added to your bag. So this is what I'm doing. So my strategy with doing futures right now I'm focused on XRP. And, you know, I'll include other cryptos, but mainly my focus is XRP, because right now the average price of XRP is about $0.50 around there. And I see more value into just doing futures with XRP, because when the value does go up, if you have a lot of XRP, it's going to be easier and easier to make more XRP depending on how much XRP you have. And you just trade it and you just keep growing your bag. And with all the talk about XRP for the future, the price is, not financial advice, probably going to go up in the future. So I use that for XRP with my future trade. I focus mainly on XRP when it comes to futures trade. But I basically use those EMAs, and I just follow when they cross. I look at the RSI to make my other judgments. You don't really have to be in and out as much as you do with FOREX. But this is a good way to add your bag depending on whichever crypto you want to have more of. So I don't concern myself on the actual USD value. I do this to increase the amount of crypto that I have with specific cryptos. So that is my goal when it comes to doing futures. It's to increase my bag in crypto. So anyway, I have a little update. I do have a join button right now. You guys might be seeing this and seeing a join button. I am going to be posting some exclusive content. I don't have it uploaded yet. This exclusive content is going to cover things with everything that I've covered on this channel. It's going to cover everything I covered on this channel so far, but I'm going to be elaborating more on them. So when it comes to trading and things like that, it's going to be my opinion. I'm going to go in and give my thoughts on the day and see what I think on certain charts. And I'm also going to be talking about lottery, pick 3, that kind of thing. And I won't be posting lottery stuff on this main channel anymore, but it will be available on that if you click the join button, and it will be a buy request. So if you guys want me to point out your state, I'll give you guys numbers and things like that. But that is I'm not going to be posting, I probably won't be posting that much more pick 3, pick 4 lottery stuff on this channel. I've really covered everything that I needed to talk about. So if you guys want me to go through your state and things like that, it'll be available by request with the join button, and I'll go in your state and give you my opinion on it with my strategies that I've talked about on this channel. But I'm not specifically covering lottery on this channel anymore. It's only going to be available on the join button, where I'm going to go over formulas. So that's by request only. So I thought I'd point that out there. The content isn't on there yet, but I will make a video when I actually have some extra content on there for you guys, if you guys want to look at that. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.